If you should survive past 105, look at all you derive out of being alive. And here is the best part, you have a head start if you are among the very young at heart. Hi, welcome to 28 Minutes. Good news 28. Going to my dentist, Dr. Jonathan Engel. See you in a little bit. And if you should survive, you are 105. Well, here's the best part. You are the best part. I brushed my teeth for this interview. Come into the light, Caroline. Ready? Okay.
You gotta wait for the red light. Oh, there it is.
All right. Well, look, like my doc right here just said, we've been trained. We're watching our camera and seeing if the red light's on. The red light is on for 28 minutes good news, or good news 28 minutes. It's completely up to you. I want to thank my special guest for being with me today. His name is Dr. Jonathan Engel. Say hi. You want to say hi to the audience?
Hi, audience.
We have an audience over there. Hi, audience. Hey, Doc, we're about to have an interview with you and find out what makes you tick. Awesome. So when you have your own dental practice, I take it this is your, oh wow, this is a really nice lobby. Look, come here. Check out this nice seating area. Fancy. Who designed all this?
Actually, I used one of my patients, and he's an interior designer, obviously. He did a great job with all the little things that we did here.
Wow, talk about giving it back. Wow, hold on a second. You told me about this earlier, and I want to share this with the audience. Would you please tell us who is responsible for this tapestry?
That needlepoint was done by my mother, Sandy.
Hey, Mom, a.k.a. Sandy, would you like to say hi to anyone out there?
Hi, hi to all of our friends.
Thank you, Mom. Nice to see you. We're going to be, now, where are we headed now?
We're heading, this is the actual office itself, and we're going to be heading into one of the quiet rooms where we could sit and have our little chat.
Okay, I'm not getting any anxiety staring at this chair right now. No, I'm not. Welcome to 28 Minutes Good News, or Good News 28 Minutes. The reason that we are here with my doctor, Dr. Jonathan Engel, is because of his time that he does on the side with YMCA. Is this right, or am I making it up?
No, I actually do stuff with the YMCA. I'm very proud of. Okay, so I sit on the board of directors of the Hollywood Wilshire YMCA, which is in itself a responsibility to keep funding coming in for a wonderful organization that provides so much to its community. But there are other things that, because of it, I've gotten involved with it, and why I got involved with the YMCA is all part of giving back to the community that I've been doing for many years here out of the office here.
What the heck? What do you mean, YMCA? What'd you do in the beginning?
Okay, so I'm part of a group of dentists called the Crown Council, and it's a wonderful group of dentists that provide some educational support, some any type of support you want. We have a chat room, but we also have a very strong charitable side. And for years, they've had a program called Smiles for Life. And what happens during Smiles for Life, and it just ended at the end of June, is that for 4 months a year, we offer not only to our patients, but to anyone who wants to come in to get their teeth whitened. And the whitening, the materials provided by the company, and now it's Philips. They took over Discus Dental. And they donate the material, we donate the time, and we do it at a reduced rate where the money is 100% donation, charitable donation. 50% goes to the national charities of the Crown Council that they pick, and 50% stays with a local charity of my choice. The Hollywood YMCA is the only YMCA in the country that has a housing program for at-risk women. It's called A Brighter Future. And
For the women?
yes.
Okay.
And what they do is they actually have housing. One floor is for single women, and the second floor is for women with little children. And it's an 18-month program where the women get an opportunity to go to school, do whatever they have to do to integrate, to get back into society.
Doc, would you give us that address? Where is this at?
Oh, it's at the Hollywood YMCA. Now you want me to get the address. I'll have to.
It doesn't have to be the address. I'm just at the Hollywood YMCA is
Yes.
where women
This
and
program.
children can receive help.
Well, it's a program, and I can't sit here and tell you I know everything about how you get into the program, but I'm sure there's a process, and if you're accepted, it's an 18-month program, and the women get a chance. They have housing. It is very, very well run. Elizabeth is my hero. She runs the program, and she is really, really, she loves her ladies. It's tough love. She has her rules. It's a great opportunity for the woman to get a chance to move on.
Just to dumb it up for me a little bit, would you? Housing. What do you mean they have housing?
For the on the single floor, the women have a room. They have their own individual room. They have a bed. They have a collective kitchen. They have their individual places in the kitchen. They have a TV, computer room. They have computer facilities.
Doc, if I may ask, what are their requirements of? What do they need to do? Are they staying there for a year, for a month?
Okay. I don't know that you have to stay in for the full duration. It is an 18-month program.
Okay.
The requirements, I can't tell you all that.
That's
because I
okay.
don't know.
Now, what is your part that plays in this?
So what has happened is over time, let's backstep a little bit to when my father died a little over 2 years ago. And when my father died, I got a chance to really learn about everything that he did in his life. Sorry that it took till then. You knew little bits here and there, but you know, when you sit with a family for a week and you sit and you talk and you hear stories from people that wouldn't normally tell you the stories because they're paying their condolence calls and everything, I learned a lot about my dad. And my dad did a lot. And my dad really felt that giving back to his community was a center point, a focal point of who he was. And he instilled that in all his kids. But I didn't understand until after he passed how he'd done it on a global part. I mean, so my goal is now, I just want to make a difference somehow, because I figured out that I was placed on earth to make a difference. And be as that it may be, unless I win the lotto where I could give a lot of money to people, what I do is I could share my expertise of dentistry. And so working with Elizabeth and Kitty, we started a program where I actually go into the women and their kids, and I present about dental care. And I actually, I have my agenda of education. I've gotten some wonderful support from my friends at Procter & Gamble and...
How the heck do you get their help?
Well, It's hard. But lucky for me,
You knock on their door, call them up, agents.
you know what? Getting corporate support is really, really difficult these days.
How'd you do it?
I have a wonderful relationship with my Procter & Gamble reps.
Okay.
And I asked them if there's any way that they could help me. So I have Procter & Gamble. I have Butler has helped me. I have a company called Spry Dental. Spry makes candies, they make rinses, they make toothpaste.
Candy, wait, candy. I thought that would be the nemesis of my doc's world.
Except that these are all made with xylitol. And
Xylitol
xylitol is good. Xylitol is very good.
Is he making up words?
XYLITOL. Xylitol is actually naturally occurring 5-carbon sugar. I know a little bit about it. I'm not going to bore you with the science. But the bacteria in your mouth cannot use it to make acids to break down teeth to cause cavities. So therefore, it is a safe sweetener. It doesn't affect insulin, so it's good for diabetics. It's a little bit more pricier than sugar. Can't be used quite everywhere that sugar can, but certainly for a sweetener that doesn't cause cavities, and for people who are at high risk of cavities, having, let's say, 5 grams of xylitol over the course of the day has been shown to help reduce cavity rates. So, again, they're wonderful people, and they went out of their way and gave products that I was able to give to the women as well.
So you show up. What is a typical day of donating your time? What does that exist? What's that consist
of? In
of?
the beginning, we, to start it off, I went every other week for 4 meetings, and was pretty intense about.
Who was at these meetings?
The women in the program. Their kids will come at the very end, but the kids are very young, so it's not for the kids. It's for the moms to help with the kids.
Okay.
And we would sit there and just discuss dentistry, issues in dentistry, issues they may have with dentistry, and then it would evolve into discussing general concepts of health that I might be able to help them with. You hear some things that are really important to know.
Okay.
These women, I was very fortunate. I came from an upper middle class family, and my parents had the ways and means to send all their kids to college and to get a degree to be able to work for themselves. So these women come from a totally different walk of life than I do. So for me, it's very humbling to be able to talk to these women and understand that I have never walked an inch in their shoes. So it's really, I don't want to call it a culture clash because we're not clashing. Call it culture education for me. So I get to see and interact with them and see where they're coming from, which is a whole different world of life. So it's been really, really educational for me as well. And we discuss things that are difficult for them, like, you know, when you talk about dentistry, you want to talk about eating well, because sugar, as you politely point out, which is the bane of our existence, so it's everywhere. It's everywhere in the food, and they discuss how, with the means that they have, and, you know, it is what it is, it's really hard for them to buy healthy food, and it bothers them. And that is a problem that we have, is that access to healthy food is hard. It's expensive.
Yep, it's for the rich.
You know,
so far, until we can get rid of this money system, yeah, it's for those who can afford it.
it is certainly a problem that is not going to be easy for me to solve for anyone overnight. But what I do is try to educate as to habits then. And that because
What?
to habits. So what do I mean by that? For me, and Dr. Light, I would guess that my pedodontist he is somewhere up above. Dr. Light.
Dr. Light.
Dr. Light was my pediatric doctor. No. Dr. Oh, God. What was the name of my pediatric dentist? Boy, now I can't even remember it now. I remember his half moon glasses. But I ate a lot of candy as a kid, and I knew him, and I knew his office very well.
Oh, you're a dentist?
Yes, as a kid. So to me, it's like a roll of Lifesavers. As a kid, I'd buy a roll of Lifesavers, and I'd pop one in my mouth, and I'd let it go and suck on it until it was done, and then a few minutes later put another one in. And that was putting like candy in my mouth nonstop. Never gave my mouth time to balance, never gave time for anything. It was just like sugar and bacteria causing cavities.
Sounds like every child in America.
Now, here's what I say. If you took that whole roll of Lifesavers and put it in your mouth at once, now it's gross, you wouldn't do it, but you get rid of all that sugar exposure at one time. So I try to educate that we're not going to eliminate sugar, but how do we control sugar exposures? Because cavities is a process. It's not just sugar, it's just not individual bacteria, it's a whole dynamic. And what we want to do is try and keep the equilibrium where we don't get cavities. Because we can't eliminate bacteria in our mouth. Heck, there are 10 times more bacteria in our body than there are human cells. We're never going to be sterile. We need a lot of the bacteria. So you have good bacteria, you have bad bacteria. We're not going to get rid of them all. We can't starve. We're going to eat food. Even fruit has sugar in it. Mm-hmm. So what we need to do is keep a balance to keep the mouth healthy. And sometimes each person's balance is different. So that's the hard part. There is no one size fits all.
Sure.
So I sit there and I try and work with them. And
With these moms.
With these moms, answer their questions, and have offered my office if they want services. And I haven't had a lot of women take me up on it yet. I've had one woman and her daughter, and it was so gratifying to be able to. This woman thought her mouth was a horrible mess. It really wasn't. So, we were able to get her to feel comfortable about her mouth. Her daughter is just adorable and help do some preventive stuff to help hopefully stem that. She may not get cavities down the road because I really believe in prevention. So we were able to do stuff and, and hopefully make a difference in their life. And you know what? That's what I was put here to do, to help people. That's what I do.
If we can rewind a whole bunch more, way back when, what inspired you to become a dentist yourself?
I was 5 years old.
Oh my God, I was going to say, was this middle school? Was this high school? No, he took his diapers off about 3 years, 3 years prior to this. What?
I pulled a tooth out. And
at the age of 5?
I lost my first tooth.
Your own?
Was there help? Was there help? No, I'm sure my mom helped me, or maybe my older brother. My older brother could have hit me in the mouth and it could have loosened up, but
that's another story.
But basically, I said I wanted to be a dentist, and my dad's an accountant. His brothers are accountants. My mom's closest cousins are accountants. Everyone she grew up with. So, and our closest family friend was a dentist in Las Vegas. That's where I was born. We moved here to Los Angeles when I was 2. But I said I want to be a dentist, and that was it.
Oh my God! This is the episode from the Santa Claus movie all over again. Get out of here.
It's true, and so really, I never ever wanted to be anything else but a dentist.
You were destined.
I was destined to be a dentist, and in a lot of ways, it has served me. I mean, my greatest character asset is my greatest character flaw. It's funny how that works out that way. But it's probably not that unique. But I just care about people. And a lot of times, and I have to temper it, I care about them more than it appears to me. And I have to use that, as it appears to me, that they care for them. I mean, I'm a dentist. I know what's right and wrong. And it is it's been very hard for me to learn that I can't make people change. I'm here to help people. I'm here to help people if they want to know what they can do to be healthier.
Right.
But just because I know what's right doesn't mean people are going to change because I know what's right. I mean, I would like to think that people respect the fact that I'm a dentist. I should know what's right about my field. But it doesn't mean everyone wants to do what it takes. And that's okay. I'm learning the hard way that I could only change me, and everything else is just what is. So I know that I'm here to help people and not force my help on them. And that's how I have to live my life.
Let's lighten the load a little bit, and let's ask some questions that are way off the cuff, and let's just get into your brain a little bit.
Oh.
What does your dream world look like?
Now, my dream world is kind of, I would go back, see, my kids are 22 and 18. My dream world would be when they were about 10 and 6, 11 and 7, and they would never get old, because I love my kids no matter what age they are. But to me, and I almost specialize in kids dentistry. I just got tired of school. I love being around kids. I think a world revolved around kids and the health and well-being of kids, that would be my dream world.
All right, tomorrow the world's ending. What you gonna do tonight?
Try to be with my wife and kids. If the world was ending tomorrow, I would try to make my peace with the people who I need to make my peace with. And if the world is truly ending, I would do whatever I wanted to do to enjoy myself with my wife and kids. I guess I wouldn't want to do anything, quote, criminal just because the world is ending tomorrow. But, whatever I wanted to do that was fine, would be fine. So I'd probably have a hot fudge sundae.
We can't get him off that fudge. Okay, let me ask you just one more question, and we'll wrap things up here. Do you have any questions, by the way? And if not, that's not a problem.
I think it's kind of cool that you guys have decided to do something that shows the good in community, as opposed to a lot of what we see as the problems with our community. And I had a patient share with me today that we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago.
What? Do tell.
Oh, it's very exciting. Soda sales are down in the country. And I thought, wow. Yeah, to me, it just, maybe we are taking a little more responsibility for our health.
Oh, gotcha.
And my whole thing is, health care reform, any reform, starts with the individual. So I think it's really great you're doing societal reform. You are showing good things in society so that people could have a better sense of community. I do believe that we have to take responsibility one way or another
To our community.
To our community first. And I think it's great that you guys are doing it.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. I think you would agree with us. Just watching the news sucks anymore. Oh, can I say sucks? Yeah, just for myself, I don't know, Doc, when I first got with you, 5 years ago, I had told you then, we don't watch television. I literally could not watch television. We're watching it now, but I still can't watch the news. I don't enjoy watching television with shooting guns. I don't enjoy seeing physical violence towards each other. It's either maybe back. I don't really believe in past lives kind of thing, but obviously some of our lives have been past, because if our mom gave to her birth, there's got to be some crazy ass some crazy connection that we have lived this fighting crap for a long time, and it needs to end very fast. Because how can we have 6 billion people and still maybe 1 million of them can fight? I don't think there's any room for fighting at all, and that's why I don't watch the news. However, because of that is why the good news stuff is we're trying to outweigh it.
There is room for teaching people that it's okay to be okay with one another.
Yes. And yeah, thank you. I want to end it on that note. Thank you very much. Thank you to our guest, Dr. Jonathan Engel, and his office. Thank you, and all your staff members that allowed us to invade your privacy just for a little while. Thank you, Randy Lemons, for filming us. his nickname's Kevin, by the way. Kevin, do you have anything to share?
No, just really appreciate the opportunity and the time that you've allowed us to come in and try to capture a little bit of, like you say, some good news, because there is no good news hardly anymore on the news.
It's coming back. It'll make a comeback, like all good things. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Love yourself. Love each other. Love each other. Love each other.
Fairy tales can't come true. They can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard, you will find, to be narrow of mind when you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. And life gets more exciting with each passing day. You see, love, it's either in your heart or it's on its way. Don't you know that it's worth all the treasures on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive past 103, 4, or 5, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part: see, you have a head start if you are among the very young at heart.